Hi everyone. Hi Cyrille. Thank you to be here today. I'm very happy to be with you and to share with you the journey of our customer Artelia. So Cyrille, you are representing Artelia today. Can you introduce yourself and tell us about your company, please?
Sure. Well, thanks a lot. So I oversee 3 global teams within Artelia, which is IT, digital solutions and performance. And what is Artelia? It's an independent engineering company and project management services company. Internationally, it was born in France more than 100 years ago. So a long time, and with a quick development in the past 2 decades. Its particularity, it's covering 5 sectors: mobility, water, energy, buildings and industry. And one key fact, it's owned by its managers and employees, 100% of shares, which is not unique, but it's noticeable. Well, so 100 years of experience. What do? We do engineering, which is technical plans, technical methods, project management, consultancy, planning for delivering projects all over the world. Water projects such as water dams, river coastal, or buildings, factories, tramways, metros, this kind of engineering services. 10,000 people all across the world, which covers 100 types of expertise. So multifaceted company.
Okay, thank you. So I understand that Artelia operates in more than 40 countries with over 100 business lines and a century of history. How do you organize and structure such a big set of business lines?
Well, we got these 5 market sectors, but the way we organize, not business lines, but the knowledge within these business lines is a key and has become a strategic issue. As you mentioned, Marie, we come 100 years ago. So I like these pictures because 100 years ago, it was more or less the same. We had notebooks, we had calculations, texts, layouts, graphs. So what you see there, it's the DNA of the company, and still is the DNA of the company. It's data indexed with text layouts. Well, we followed technology as it came. This is the first computer within Artelia. It changed a lot, but a few decades ago, this was the size of our lab. And we decided to keep on organizing this data to launch a strategic project. Some call it archive, but we don't call it archive because when it's archive, it's stored, it's not used. But when we call it knowledge, then it's accessible.
Okay, so we understand that your documents are a huge and specific assets for your company. I understand also that in 2023 you had to renew your infrastructure and also to migrate 40 years of archives. How did this project emerge? How the idea of building a data platform emerged in your team?
Well, at first it was not our idea. We just wanted to get things done better. It was paper, it was digital, and we wanted to put it into the cloud, but better organized. And finally, we got convinced that we had to invest and to build a first step. And we convinced our executive committee to change because we had to invest in some IT infrastructure. It was a pretext to go further than that and to build more than that. So the key initiative and the pretext was to migrate data. But then we decided to invest in a data platform that would build more use cases than the archive use case. And we are just at the time today where the archive first use case is available, and we are building much more business value with much more data within the data platform.
Yes, as we can see in this slide, we see that you needed to build a strong technical foundation to unlock all the value around these archives. At Snowflake, we talked about 3 steps. First one is building a data foundation. Second one is enabling AI services. Third one is transforming business processes. Where is Artelia in that journey today?
Well, Artelia is just in the middle in 2025. We have the first use case up and running and delivering value. It was not an easy step. Took 2 years to index 40 years of archive and to test and run with the teams how it works. But building that was also, as I said, a pretext to work on other data sets. On the right, you can see that the archives was a big chunk, but then we decided to migrate also financial data and operational data into the data platform to build new use cases while we were testing the first one. And it came at the right moment because within all this structured data that entered the platform came all the AI engines that we could use at the right time, which is now.
Okay, so that's very concrete. Thank you. We see that your platform is a Snowflake data platform running on AWS, enabling directly your data engineer to leverage the knowledge around your archives. And what's next for Artelia? What is live today, in fact?
As I mentioned, it's a first step. It was the first step also to build a team and to imagine what kind of other data and other use cases. So we are engineers. And we asked engineers, first of all, of course, to test the results. This is the result of the first use case. I will skip easily because it's convenient up. And then we came to the staff. And we said, I like the story because the first year in 2024, all across the different countries, we came with 37 ideas of new use cases in which we could invest. Then I asked for 3 of them out of the 37, second round, and we came with 131 new ideas. So we decided to launch only 2, and we stopped the collaboration around new ideas in order to really deliver. So 100 ideas, what do we want to do? As I mentioned in the past, well, across 100 years, what we are producing are deliverables, written deliverables. And for these kind, we have multiple use cases: generative drafts, comparisons, compilations, summaries, and also one use case that we really enjoy is sorting out the data that is really has value. This is one of we like. For this category, we want to make in-house. We build the team, and we want them to be instrumental in unlocking this value of written data. For all the graphic deliverables, the layouts, the models, 3D, 2D, there are multiple use cases, but we are not mature enough, and we rely on the industry softwares, and we wait until it's really mature, and we will buy, certainly in the 1 or 2 years, some solutions. And for financial deliverables, I'm looking all around. We are exploring some data. That's why also I'm here. Today we don't have any use case, and we are waiting to make sure, but it is not the big chunk for our industry.
And what about the user adoption? How are your team satisfied with the solution?
Well, the teams are eager to test, very demanding. They think it's easy. But indeed, in the process where we are making in-house, we are gathering a lot of demands from the teams on the right side of the graph. And we are trying to process all they want and give some AI engine power at different steps. This modelization, it takes a lot of time. It's difficult to imagine, to tailor, to design, and in the end to test. So it takes at least for one use case 4 to 5 months to be done in-house. And we are in the middle of 2 use cases right now, with the aim to conclude in March. We want to be agile in that because technology is evolving a lot. If we don't make the right choice, never mind, we've been working only 4 months on something, but we will have some results.
Okay, thank you. To continue, what are the biggest learnings you can share to the audience from your team over the past 24 years, except the fact that you would need to be agile and to select the best use cases?
Well, the biggest catch-up is that, of course, technology creates value, but the data, we have so many data sets, we don't really know which one we will use. And the audit of the structured data takes a lot of time, and to me, it's where also AI can provide some value. Resorting out the right structure of the internal data that we have is a big value, because otherwise, in the data platform, we have useless data, and well, it's quite basic, but this part of auditing the structured data is key, and then we have to be very quick in implementing.
Okay, thank you. I think we were very quick because our presentation is finished. Thank you for sharing this very concrete journey for the transparency of the detail of the project. It really shows how the data and AI can unlock the hidden value in such big repository of archives. Thank you all for your attention, and I would like to thank you specifically AWS, who is a co-sponsor of this session. And we also the partner on where Artelia has chosen to deploy SNOWFLAKE, so on the AWS cloud. If you have any question, we are here to answer, and we have time, so let's use it.
Yeah, regarding the graphic deliverables, you said that the technology was not mature enough. So, for example, PNIDs, I don't know if it's something that you are doing, piping and instrumentation diagrams. So you said that the technology is not mature enough to be applied, or at least the AI technology is not mature enough.
Well,
so how are you going to address this generative design? What's your plan for that?
Well, when I said regarding layouts and graphics, what I said is that our teams are not mature enough to build in-house use cases, and that we will rely on software champions in the industry to build these new use cases, because there exist, including generative design, some beginning of that, but it's huge investments, and some engineers in the industry would dream of building this generative design in the industry. We don't think that we are able to. It's so massive in investment that only software leaders can invest in that. That's what I think.
Makes sense. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. How do you run a data audit? How do you run a data audit? How do you integrate context and judgment into the data audit? You know, it's useful data for what?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question a bit louder.
You mentioned the data audit, which you need to run so that you see the quality of the data. So the question is, how did you run this audit, and how did you integrate the context, and whether the data was imported to whom?
Well, this is the very good questions, the context of the data, and I will talk about maybe our cost database to illustrate the purpose. Indeed, we have 100 years of history, multiple projects everywhere, so we have a lot of estimates of costs for bridges, for buildings, and when we audit the data from the past, first of all, we skip everything that is more than 5 years ago, because maybe it's accurate, but the prices are evolving a lot, and the context in which the operation was built is completely missed, or we will have to look into the archive, and we have a multiple misinterpretation. So the audit trail is always through interview, and that's why it takes a lot of time to integrate and learn from this data with new contextualized information. That's also why we are working on the structure of this data right now, because we believe that it's more important to set the structure very real standard right now, because in 1 or 2 year time we will have more data organized with the right context than the past ones. So we changed also our, and that's why for quotation it's more complicated with numbers than with text, because text you can understand the context.